Hey, this is Diabetic Game Guy. I just wrapped up a challenge where I've published 100,000 words of content in a month, and I wanted to share some of the tips I learned along the way. Overall, I'm more of a hobbyist blogger, but I have been doing these monthly challenges for quite some time, so I thought that would be a good place to start. First, why do monthly challenges? As some of you may know, in my mid-30s, I was a manager at Amazon, and we used a similar approach to manage projects. Each month, we would have goals to accomplish and have a sprint to get them done. The challenges focus on specific, measurable goals. They create a sense of urgency. You can't wait days or weeks. You always have the countdown clock of knowing that you need to accomplish something by a given date. Lastly, it creates a feedback loop. You may think you want to be a blogger, but if you look back and you're only creating 1,000 words of content or 2,000 words of content over the course of the month, really, how much do you want to do that? Is that truly where you're prioritizing your time? So when you set up a challenge, here are the steps, and don't worry, I'll go into more detail later. First, you want to determine your budget. Second, you want to choose a metric or metrics to improve. 3, you want to set the goal. 4, measure results daily. And 5, a challenge wrap up. So let's dive in. The first step was determine your budget. There are 2 resources you have when you're planning what you can do each month. The first is how many hours you can dedicate, and the second is how much money you can spend. Here's a couple of examples. An unemployed guy like me could spend 4 hours a day. A college student with a full course load may be able to spend 15 hours a week, spread around based on what days they have more or less homework. Finally, a working parent may only be able to spend 1 hour per week, but may have a budget of $500 a month. All of these are completely valid. You just need to determine your budget before you start the challenge. Second, you want to choose a metric to improve. If you're making a blog, good metrics could be words written or social media backlinks. If you're doing a YouTube channel, it could be videos published. And if it's simply a hobby, you may choose something like chess games played. Bad metrics would be something like website traffic, total revenue, YouTube subscribers, watch time, or chess elo rating. I'll explain why these are bad metrics. The idea is if you increase your budget, you should see a direct increase in your metrics. So if you can spend twice as much time, you should be able to produce twice as many written words. If you spend twice as much time creating social media posts, you should have twice as many backlinks. The same goes for videos and chess games played. The reason the bad metrics don't make good challenge goals is because you can't directly impact them by spending more of your resources. If you double the amount of time, you can't double your revenue. So when you're deciding a metric, ask yourself if doubling your budget will allow you to double the metric. If it will, it's probably a valid metric. If it won't, it's probably not the best for one of these challenge goals. Now on to setting the goal. This slide has a bit of math, but I'll take it one variable at a time, and I'll have examples that will make a lot more sense. First, you want to define 1 unit of the budget. Second, you want to estimate how much of the metric can be done for that 1 unit. And third, you want to set the goal at the budget times the 1 unit of work. Here are some examples. In example 1, we have a budget of 100 hours. 1 unit of work is 1,000 words. So our goal is 100 hours times 1,000 words equals 100,000 words. Example 2, we have a budget of 30 hours. 1 unit is 1/3 a video. Our unit of measurement is 1 hour again. Our goal is 30 hours times 1/3 video equals 10 videos. Third example, we have a budget of $500 and a writer that charges 2.5 cents a word. Our unit of measure is $1, so we can get 40 words for that dollar. So our goal would be $500 times 40 words, or 20,000 words. This is how you can set a goal, whether your project is time-bound or money-bound. I realize this part's probably confusing, so if you have any questions or want to talk about it more, feel free to leave some comments, and I will happily help you work out any specific challenge goals you want to set. Next, you want to measure results daily. You want to calculate your daily goal by dividing your monthly goal by the number of days in the month, and then track your results. As an example, this month my challenge is to create 10 YouTube videos. Here's what the spreadsheet will look like. Each day I have a goal of 1/3 a video, and at the end of the month I'll have 10 videos. I don't know the exact numbers because I'm still working on the video. So at the end you have your challenge wrap up. Were you close to the goal? If you hit it, congratulations. If you fell a little short, that's okay too. The key is that you made progress. Next, you want to calculate your velocity. That's a new term, but it's effectively the speed at which you convert your budget to your goal. As an example, last month I thought I could write 1,000 words per hour. Turns out I can only write 782 words per hour. So this means the next time I do that challenge, I'll use the correct number. Finally, you choose your next challenge, and you start over. So in a nutshell, that's how I'll be doing these monthly challenges. If you're going to try one, I'd love to hear what it is in the comments. Otherwise, see you next time.